Coach, your team reported back last week to start its first week of practice in order to hopefully win the Heart of America Athletic Conference regular season and tournament this season. It's only been a week of practice, but what have you seen from your squad that gives you hope that they have the potential of reaching those goals?
We come in from last year having gained some valuable experience doing the championship of the conference tournament. It started back day one in the fall. They've been in the weight room 4 days a week all the way through the fall, working their tails off academically. Everybody did a nice job. We're all eligible. We're ready to go. So this is just kind of icing on the cake for them. It's time to go to work.
The baseball team finalized its schedule yesterday. It's a 49-game regular season schedule, including 6 games against nationally ranked teams. You get your season off with a bang with a doubleheader against 10th ranked Oklahoma Baptist, who's a perennial national championship caliber team, correct? What do you think those 2 games were going to tell you about your team early on in the season?
Obviously, it's really early, but kind of the basic value of what we're trying to get out of this, the premises is that we want to play the best competition we can to get us ready for that conference tournament to make that run into the super regional postseason wise. So going to Oklahoma, last year that was the first time we were on a ball field. Actual game situation, was we didn't get enough practice days outside. So Oklahoma Baptist will be ready. They'll be tough, but we want to put our kids in those tough situations and see how they perform, and they also learn and grow from that.
The baseball preseason top 25 came out back in the fall, but no HAC teams were in that top 25. Were you at all surprised by that, given the long history of success with baseball teams within this conference?
Well, I'll be quite honest with you. The fall rankings are pretty much full of crap. That's bottom line. Last year, if you look, perennially we have 3 teams in the top 25 every year. For our conference, we know it's one of the probably, if you had to rank it, 2nd or 3rd toughest conferences in the United States. So, all that's for show in the fall. And bottom line, baseball coaches want to leave it on the field. So we'll see where we're at the end of the season, see how many make it then. So.
The conference play will start around late February with a road trip at Baker. There are 12 conference doubleheaders. What do you think is the potential for this team in conference play?
Well, we're going into the idea with we want to win the regular season. For the last couple of years, we've been in the top. We'll take the top 6 teams in the conference to the conference tournament. We feel we've made that step. The last couple of years, we've been that top 6. We want to go to that upper echelon. In other words, we want to be a perennial top 3 program year in and year out. When they say Central Methodist baseball, we want that respect and we want to earn our spot. But again, you got to go out and work and earn it. So that's our ultimate goal: is one of 2 ways: win the conference outright or win that conference tournament to get to the super regional play.
Looking at the returners that you have, I know that you brought in a lot of good incoming players and transfers, but the strength of your team last season, especially in the second half, really seemed to be pitching with Drew Grivey and Rhett Quinlan. Have they lived up to your expectations preparing for the 2013 season?
Right. Our pitching staff definitely, hats off to Coach Rick Sage, our pitching coach. Pitching staff is in great shape. In other words, Grivey will be our leader. Rhett Quinlan will probably be our number 2. We've got Tyler Pauling, and then we've got a newcomer, Mike Wagner, will probably be our number 4 starter. He throws 90+, and that's pretty nice having him as a number 4 guy. So,
when you look at the end of the season, Central Methodist doubleheader against Peru State in late March will be a rematch of the HAC Tournament Championship game. Any incentive heading into that doubleheader?
There's a couple kids that definitely got that marked on their calendar that want to pitch in that game, want to play it. And again, we have nothing but respect for them because they went out on the field. We had 2 great ball games, and they came out on the upper end. But we were hoping for a little payback, but we respect them a great deal.
And looking at finally the conference tournament is set to take place May 1st through the 7th at Phil Welch Stadium, again in St. Joseph, Missouri. Neutral site for all the games. Do you think that gives you an advantage with the team's success last season and just near miss of winning the automatic berth to the national championship tournament?
I don't know about an advantage, but it's a neutral setting. It's a great old minor league park that they've refurbished. Missouri Western used to play there, so it's a great field, a great setting. Last year we got to, I mean, it's a bittersweet taste because we got there, we played some excellent baseball, we just came up a little short, but anything can happen in this conference. Like I said, you watch the end of the season, we'll have 3 or 4 teams that have been ranked in the top 25 in the nation, so it's just kind of who gets on a roll and has a good series, but we hope to be in the mix.